So, very impressive group. Thank you all for coming. I have a privilege to introduce Dwayne Brown from SnapSuite. But before that, I want to say thank you. My name's Chuck Storman. I'm one of the founders of the StartFast Venture Accelerator. And thanks to the StartFast network, Mark Viggiano in particular, I have a privilege to be the CEO of Acumen Detection. I would not have had that opportunity without Mark, and I'd just like everybody to know that we just closed our seed investing round, and that's a company right here in Syracuse, so thank you. Thank you to the StartFast network. I also have the privilege to mentor the teams once in a while. I come in the evenings and make them stay up really late listening to my BS. But the first time I came in this year, I challenged them with an old saw. It's a very favorite YouTube video of mine from Simon Sinek, where he says, begin with why. And everybody's seen it, but in case you haven't, just search how great leaders inspire action. And he talks about Gandhi, and he talks about Martin Luther King, and he talks about Orville and Wilbur Wright. But the key message in that video is, why this startup? Why are you doing this company? And Dwayne Brown, who's the CEO of SnapSuite, who you're going to hear from in 20 or 30 minutes. I went to the Jim Joseph School of Public Speaking. You're welcome. I'll make it up to you, I'm sorry. Dwayne Brown was the one who took this question deep into his core to figure out why. And I don't know if he's included that in his presentation today, but I hope so. Otherwise, this is not going to be a very good segue. But at any rate, I learned to appreciate Dwayne as a deep thinker, respect him as an entrepreneur, and I'll also say, Dwayne is also giving back already to the StartFast network. If you want to know more about that, see me afterwards, and I'll brag about some things that Dwayne is doing to help other members of the StartFast network. So without any other delay or ado, Dwayne Brown, SnapSuite.
I love that song. Thank you, Chuck, for such a great introduction.
Yeah, I'm Chuck, he's James.
Yeah, I figured out, I'm trying to figure you guys out still. I truly am. But honestly, I gotta say, the StartFast guys have been really amazing. These guys have worked their butts off to kind of get us to where we are today. So if you don't mind, can you just give them a round of applause? Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So I'd like to take you on a journey on why I actually started this company. A few years ago, I moved from Antigua to Canada. Now, I essentially gave up my entire life, to get to Canada to start a brand new one. I was working essentially as a software developer at the time. However, due to budget cuts, I was laid off. Now, as you can imagine, this was obviously a devastating time for me, because I was essentially at the risk of having to go back to sun, sand, and sea. But in all seriousness, guys, it actually was a really hard time for me. The one thing, during this time, I felt like I was essentially letting my entire family down. Felt like I was losing control of my entire life. And I couldn't figure out what would be the next step. Now, it was during this time of despair that I actually met Mike. See, Mike was actually going through his own problems. Mike had an HVAC company. He had about 50 technicians, one service manager, and an assistant. And the problem for Mike was that he couldn't figure out how to properly move his workers from one location to the next job site. This was a huge problem. This was essentially a scheduling nightmare. See, Mike had run his business with no technology and had met the limits of what he could do just running his business like that. Now, naturally, as a software developer, I wanted to solve this problem for Mike. So at first, I started to research what solutions were on the market to try and address this problem. And after lots of research, I couldn't find a solution that would properly address this problem that Mike was having, the pain points that he was having. So I built one. And this, my friends, was the birth of SnapSuite. This is why we built the system. So with our solution, the problem is that Mike essentially, with our solution, Mike was able to increase his revenue by over $500,000. He was able to increase it, which is amazing. So not only that, Mike was able to increase his scheduling efficiency. He was able to increase the earning potential of his employees. And that's a big win for him. But more importantly, what I wanted you to take away from this story is the fact that Mike was able to gain back control of his business. And that's why we built SnapSuite, so that we can give back control to contractors and people just like Mike. One of the hardest things to do when you build a company is try to find out your why. And this is my why. I believe that we have the perfect technology and combination of empathy to address this pain point in this industry. And that's why we built this company. That's what keeps me going every night, working with this company. So now that you understand my why, let's talk about the how. So right now, we're charging between $1,000 to $5,500 per month per customer. Our price varies based on the size of customer. In other words, they make more money, we make more money. It's that simple. So we've identified a huge market here. In fact, there's over 900,000 companies that fit the criteria just like Mike, that have between 5 to 50 employees. We're talking your HVAC, electrical companies, plumbing companies, etc. This is a huge market with no clear leader inside of it and extremely fragmented. And we intend to address this market properly. So what we've done with our team, in terms of our traction, I just want to mention that we've worked really hard with the StartFast guys to figure out our customer acquisition strategy. And I'm proud to say that we're getting over 20 highly qualified leads every week with a 20% close rate. That's amazing for us. So in terms of our team, I myself, this is my third company. I've been a software developer for over 15 years. Rebecca is our customer success guru. And together, between Gori and Kim, we found the perfect combination of friendship and ambition. So we've actually, what we're looking for today is we're looking to raise over $750K in convertible note so we can reach profitability by Q3 of 2020. So guys, if this is a company, if you're interested in helping Mike to reach his potential, let's have a conversation. In the process, we'll make some money together. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a wonderful day.